EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. They left in the middle of a cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back and we're underway in Baltimore. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let it go. 13.
Right to the air is Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. Again, Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. run for the first with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On fourth down, Fowler. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fielded just inside the 20. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Off-play action. Fowler. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've been...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. I mean, that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A give for Taylor running right side. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He's got his tight end. That's Smith. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game's signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Fowler. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now this time he'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Fowler. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Finding room at midfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 24 yards to gain there, another 1st down as well.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Fowler going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Down at the 25. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Fowler. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fowler. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. Jonathan Taylor. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore Ravens. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jackson now. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Taking it goal line to goal line. 100 yards. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Blankenship out for the point after. Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. But no reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take another shot here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too.